So I recently unlocked the German Puma, the modern IFV, not the World War II rat. So I'm gonna do a video about it in game and a slight history lesson about it first. I will do it in categories. If you want, you can skip to a certain category you are interested in first. I'll leave timestamps in the description. First category we're gonna talk about today is development and characteristics. The Puma IFV is one of the newest tanks in Warthunder, which entered service with the German army in June 24, 2015, to replace the aging Marder IFV. Weighing almost 43 tons, it's almost as heavy as almost as heavy as a fucking T-72, which has 10 times the amount of armor and firepower. Although the engine and transmission kinda make up for that, with almost 1,000 horsepower, it can go quite fast both forwards and backwards, allowing it to escape from sticky situations and avoid cannon fire, since this thing's armor is absolutely allergic to all types of ammunition. In Warthunder, it also gets access to a drone, which can be very useful to see the 50-ton tank coming straight at you at Mach 5. This thing is equipped with a Rheinmetall 30mm Mark 30 autocannon, which has a rate of fire of 200 rounds per minute and has an effective range of almost 3 kilometers in real life. It even has a 5.56 MG4 coax gun that does absolutely nothing to anything. The main cannon fires a variety of different shells, each has its own purpose against different enemy vehicles. Starting with the most useful round this thing can fire, the PMC-287. The armor-piercing discarding sabot is the most effective round against enemy armor, due to their high kinetic energy, extreme density, and specialized long rod design.
My mom walked in on my brother trying to blow him.
In Warthunder, these rounds can penetrate up to 121mm of unsloped armor at point-blank range. Not too bad for an autocannon round in my opinion. But the extra penetrating capabilities come at the cost of doing jack shit to any light vehicles it penetrates, as it will just pass through the vehicle and won't spot it all, just like a needle going through a fabric. And that brings us to the second round this thing can use, the Mark 266. It's a high explosive incendiary tracer round that traded all its penetrating abilities for some extra explosive filler. Best used against helis or any open top vehicle, and if you use it, it's just fucking weird. Okay, now coming to a very unique shell this thing can fire, the PMC-308, sharpnel round with timed fuse. Sharpnel rounds are rounds with very tiny metal balls inside them. So instead of relying on the penetrating effect to create sharpnel, how about we already load the rounds with sharpnel? Now this shell isn't very popular in Warthunder because it's usually found in low tier. But in the Puma, it's pretty effective against any type of aircraft, as it will act as buckshots, shooting down some birds. Now moving swiftly on to its armor, it is quite modern, so you get the usual armor package, including a big ERA package that covers the entire hull of the IFV, the MUS soft kill active protection system, and an unmanned turret to keep the tankers with ammunition blowout panels to make sure that the vehicles doesn't end up on the moon after a penetration. The AERA package usually protects the IFV from almost every high-explosive anti-tank shell and could also stop slow-moving APFSGS shells at some angles. And it is very difficult to kill with most autocannons in-game. Now, we're going to talk about the in-game performance of this vehicle. Before reviewing the vehicle though, we have to keep in mind that this is an infantry fighting vehicle and not a main battle tank, so it should be played as a light tank instead. Now we're going to make a rating system to determine how well this vehicle performs in Warthunder. We're gonna rate this vehicle on the next 5 categories, each out of 10. First one is being speed, second being maneuverability, third being survivability, 4 firepower, and 5 is versatility. Now this thing has a great acceleration both forwards and backwards. According to the stat card, this thing's top speed is 70 km an hour while going forward and top speed of 30 km an hour in reverse. So I'll give this thing a rating of 8.5 out of 10. Because the forward moving top speed is difficult to achieve on anything other than a straight road and somewhat struggles on hills. Moving on to the maneuverability of the vehicle, it has neutral steering and that helps a lot if you want to change direction on the spot. But this thing is quite big and takes up almost as much space as a main battle tank. So again, I'm going to have to give it an 8 out of 10. This thing is actually very survivable for an infantry fighting vehicle due to its sloped frontal armor and the ERA package that covers the entire hull with an unmanned turret, allowing it to shoot at the enemy with minimal exposure of the crew. And the turret is also quite small, which is very difficult to aim at as well. With the added protection of the IRCCM, redirecting some missiles away from the vehicle, and the laser warning receiver, I would give this thing a solid 9 out of 10 actually. Unfortunately, as we previously mentioned, this thing only has one 30mm cannon capable of penetrating almost every tank from the side, but it really struggles when faced with the front of Russian tanks. So again, all I can do here is just give it a 6 out of 10 for firepower. Now, moving on to versatility, actually this vehicle is very versatile in the enemies it can face. Due to the variety of shells this thing can fire, it can take down almost any vehicle in mixed battles, with relative ease actually. And it makes it easier for you to take down aircrafts with its built-in air tracking system, allowing for some accurate shots with the buckshot round we talked about earlier. So I'll have to give this thing a 9.5 out of 10 for its amazing ability to destroy almost everything you face in Warthunder. So, the total score this thing gets is 41 out of 50. In my opinion, this is one of the most fun tanks to play in Warthunder and was definitely worth grinding the entire German tech tree just to reach. Anyway, thank you for watching the video and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to review any other vehicle in Warthunder, just write its name in the comments and I'll be sure to get to it.